The Steven Universe movie is coming and you need to catch up. Lucky for y'all, I'm giving you a brief recap so you'll be up to snuff on all things crystal gems. What's up guys, I'm Kris Carr. Here's your prep course for the Steven Universe movie. Before we get to all the happenings of Beach City, I want to give a shout out to our super nerd sponsor of the day, Cameron Hayek. Thanks to heroes like Cam the Bam Bam Man and all of our donors, we aren't getting kicked out of our studio space. If you want to help, check out our Patreon page and see if a donation tier works for you. We'll thank you with shout outs, behind the scenes look, swag, and more. If you can't chip in, no big deal. Liking, sharing, and subscribing are awesome ways to show your support. All right, crash course time. Our trio known as the Crystal Gems live in Beach City. Members include Garnet, Amethyst, Pearl,
and Steven!
Steven is a half-gem, half-human kiddo who inherited his gem from the leader of the Crystal Gems, his mother, Rose Quartz. Steven's human dad is a rock star hopeful named Greg Universe. When not hanging out with the Gems, Steven pals around with his best friend Connie and the other citizens of Beach City. We're slowly given bits and pieces about the Gems' history in Season 1, like how the Gems are essentially refugees from a massive intergalactic empire, or how Rose Quartz had some crazy pet pink lion that has hammer space powers.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
As they go on missions, Steven and the Gems visit ruins that were of great importance to the Gem culture. They come across monsters and artifacts that were corrupted as a result of the Gem War, a fight waged between the Crystal Gems and the Gems of Homeworld. These corrupted creatures can no longer maintain a rational humanoid form and instead turn monstrous and essentially rabid. By the end of that first season, Steven finds out that the Gem Empire was set on sterilizing the Earth in order to grow and harvest new gems. But Rose Quartz led the band of rebels, the Crystal Gems, in a successful rebellion against this plan. Well, now the Gem Empire is coming back for Earth, and hostile Gem henchmen Peridot and Jasper come to cause a ruckus. The Gems are able to handle this threat and capture Peridot. In the second season, Peridot ends up aligning herself with the Crystal Gems and aids in preventing Earth's destruction by a Gem geoweapon buried in the planet. This weapon is known as the Cluster, a collection of those compromised gems I was talking about before. Steven is able to hold the cluster in bubbles and keep them from destroying the planet. During the third season, Lapis Lazuli, a gem from Homeworld who'd been trapped after having been cracked, decides to live on Earth in the barn with Peridot. That turd Jasper is defeated and held prisoner, and Steven learns that his mom Rose Quartz shattered one of the Gem Empire's matriarchs, Pink Diamond. Through all of this, Steven's powers continue to grow. He develops the same floating ability his mother had. His mental powers increase. At one point, he controls his buddy Lars's body and has a unique dream ability that seems to connect him to his mother via his gem. I briefly mentioned Steven's BFF Connie. Well, she trains with Pearl in sword fighting and starts coming along on missions.
She's the strawberry,
And he's the biscuit!
and that makes us Jam!
Buds!
What? We also learn in Season 3 about a gem named Bismuth, who forges weapons for gems. Turns out that one such weapon was called the Breaking Point, that could shatter other gems. Steven's mother Rose was unwilling to use this weapon, and when she and Bismuth came to blows over it, she poofed Bismuth away, claiming she was lost in battle. Turns out, Rose did a lot of sketchy stuff. Season 4 deals with Steven's feelings towards his mother. WTF, who even was Rose? The Gem Empire leaders Blue Diamond and Yellow Diamond return their full attention to Earth. Bum bum bum. Steven, in an effort to save his friends, says that he's Rose Quartz and goes willingly to face the Diamonds.
The leader of the Crystal Gem Rebellion. The gem that shattered Pink Diamond. I'm not my dad. I'm my mom. I'm Rose Quartz!
The fifth season deals with Rose Quartz's actions and how Steven has to pay for those actions. Trapped with his Beach City friend Lars, Steven faces a trial by Yellow and Blue Diamond where he's prosecuted as Rose Quartz. Lars and Steven manage to escape the Diamonds and seek refuge underground with off-color gems, gems that don't fit the ideal gem standard. Lars sacrifices himself for the group when a gem bot comes for them, but Steven uses his healing powers to bring Lars back to life. This manages to create some sort of connection between Lars and Pink Lion, and allows Steven to teleport back to Earth via Lars's hair. Lars, as he can't fold into himself for teleportation purposes, stays with the Off-Colors and vows to find a way back to Beach City. Steven and Connie visit our team of Off-Colors in space, but end up stranded on an abandoned diamond colony. While there, they have dreams through the eyes of Pink Diamond about wanting her own colony. Steven confronts Pearl about the Pink Diamond visions he's had, and learns that his mom Rose Quartz was in fact Pink Diamond. Pearl had to swear to never reveal the secret, but Steven and the Gems definitely feel betrayed. Garnet is so distressed that she splits her fusion and once again becomes Ruby and Sapphire. Once they learn more about what went down with Rose, Pink Diamond from Pearl, everyone calms down. Before becoming one again, Ruby and Sapphire decide to get married! Even Bismuth is unbubbled for the event. Now they've all got all the facts on Rose. Blue and Yellow Diamond do their worst Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn impressions and crash the reception. They aren't there to fight though. They just want the cluster, which is packaged and bubbled thanks to Steven. The cluster beats back Yellow Diamond while the gems take on Blue.
This is our home, our planet, our friends and family. We are the Crystal Gems!
During the battle, Steven is knocked out, but learns he can communicate with everyone around him through his mind. He's able to connect with Blue and Yellow and fill them in on Pink Diamond's choice to become Rose. Once again, Steven is viewed as his mother, and Blue and Yellow entrust him to heal the corrupted gems of Earth. He's unsuccessful, and Blue believes they'll need the help of the fourth and final diamond, White. Steven barely gets an audience with her, however, before being shuffled off to Pink's old room to learn how to be a diamond. Steven, I guess, misses a few key lessons in racism, though, because when he fuses with Connie, Blue and Yellow freak and throw them into a prison cell before poofing the other crystal gems. Steven is able to use his mind powers while in the cell to call the Watermelon Stevens, who head to Beach City to call for backup. And yeah, I know about the Watermelon people. I know about the Watermelon Stevens. Last time we did this, somebody else wrote that part. And then Brett was like, oh, I don't think we should keep that. And I was like, we probably shouldn't keep that. And then we did. So yeah, I know about the fucking watermelons. Blue Diamond breaks Steven and Connie out of the prison tower, but is confronted by Yellow. They fight, but ultimately Yellow decides to help everyone escape with the bubbled crystal gems. In the season finale, Steve is able to convince Blue and Yellow to help him and the crystal gems escape homeworld. Finally accepting that Steven is his own person and not Pink Diamond, they agree to help. However, White Diamond stops them before they can get away. Bismuth, Lapis, and Peridot swoop in using Blue and Yellow ships, while the other gems are depoofed and come to the aid of their friends. White continues to not accept that Steven isn't Pink. He's finally able to get through to her and end the diamond conflict, and go back to Earth with his buds to heal the corrupted gems. So that's a very brief recap, you guys, and if you want a full, very extensive one, you can definitely check out another video on that. That's a basic rundown of what went through seasons 1 through 5. Now with all that out of the way, what can we expect from this new movie?
Dismantling the Empire and saving all your planets? I can't wait to get home and spend some quality time with my friends.
From the trailer, we know that Steven is ready for a more carefree, battle-free life. But everything changes when this lady attacks? Who is that? It's like if Jenny the Teenage Robot and a Care Bear had an evil baby. That actually was an online theory at one point. Fans were just grasping at straws since little to nothing had been revealed about the film, and a bunch of people proposed that this was some sort of crossover with Jenny the Teenage Robot. This villain has brought some sort of contraption to Earth to kill Steven, and has a strict timetable for the planet's demise. Many fans have speculated that the Crystal Gems and Diamond Authority have put aside their differences and are coexisting peacefully. After all, the film takes place 2 years after the season finale, and Steven is dismantling the tyrannical hold of the Empire. Now that Earth is in Homeworld's good graces, could we see the two groups sharing technology? Or teaming up to take down this new evil? We know, thanks to the Steven Universe panel at this past year's Comic-Con, that the film will introduce us to new, uncorrupted Homeworld gems, and that we'll see gems and humans interacting with one another in a capacity that we've never seen before. Furthermore, do the diamonds now understand mixed fusions? Could Yellow and Blue give us a jolly green giant woman or fuse with other gems? That is something that I would love to see. Fans are also asking for Lapis and Peridot to be made official. So, now that Ruby and Sapphire have wed, maybe we'll get some more relationships confirmed. My favorite theory, though, is that this film is the ending of one book and the beginning of a new chapter. Much like how Ben 10's series changed as Ben aged, and now 16-year-old Steven could start off on a new set of adventures. I know Steven wants a simple life, but I'm selfish and I want more episodes. And I might not be far off base here. Creator Rebecca Sugar has even made it sound like this movie could be leading to something more. Said Sugar, quote, "The thing about Steven Universe is that it's a coming-of-age story. And this is something that he had to figure out in order to start making decisions for himself. Throughout the show, it's actually been very difficult to write Steven because he puts others in front of himself and his motivations are so tied in with what he thinks other people want, what he thinks his mother would have wanted, what he thinks the gems want, and who he's supposed to be. This is where we finally break that all down. He can't be distracted by any sort of supposed to. It doesn't exist for him and he doesn't have to be what other people want or expect him to be. Moving forward, everything's going to be different. This version of it is done. There's going to be more, but it's going to be something different and new. There's a lot more to do, but we're not coming back here because Steven has really figured something out about himself. Sugar simply could have been speaking of this movie being a self-contained, one-shot horse of a different color. But I'm hopeful we'll be seeing more of the gems in the future. What we can count on is more musical numbers, epic battles, and Connie and Steven possibly taking things to the next level. Girl, you noticed Steven grew a neck? Of course you're gonna smooch him. But what do you think is gonna happen? Is there anything I left out in this brief recap that you think is going to be instrumental in the movie? Let me know down below. For more Steven Universe videos like that full one I talked to you about, or the Gem War, click to the left of my face. Or you can check us out on Roku and Plex. Thanks again to everyone on Patreon, and thank you for watching. See you, Space Cowboy.